Thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Marlena White. I am the current board president for the Friends of South Carolina Libraries. Today we have a virtual discussion with library friends across South Carolina, and today's topic is membership moving forward. This is an open discussion. This is an open forum. We'd love your questions, comments, suggestions. This is not a particularly regimented format. We'd like to go ahead and let this flow naturally. But before we get started with the open discussion, we do have some special guests here. We've got Jillian Wentworth with us from United for Libraries. So in just a minute, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to her, and she is going to give us some great information on United for Libraries, who they are, and the fantastic statewide membership that the South Carolina State Library has purchased with them that will benefit all library friends in South Carolina. So we're going to do a couple quick housekeeping things. If you wouldn't mind, we've got several people on here. We've got a nice crowd. We've got a lot more people that were registered, so they may continue to join us throughout the program. So rather than going around and doing introductions, if you would please go ahead and in the chat put your name, the library you are associated with, and your relationship to that library. That would be fantastic. If you could, please mute yourself if you are not speaking, and that will help on some of the background noise. Also, if you would like to speak, or if you have a suggestion or comment, if you would introduce yourself, because some of us know each other and some of us do not, and we would like to all be friends. And then we've got some other interesting programs from the Friends of South Carolina Libraries that we would like to tell you about as we get closer to the end. So I have a note here to not forget to do that. Also, if you have any events that your library, that your friends group is working on right now, we would also love to hear about that. This video, again, this program is going to be recorded, and it's going to be available for viewing at a later date at the FOSSL, the Friends of South Carolina Libraries YouTube video. So we'll have it on our Facebook page and also our website. So again, thank you so much for taking some time this afternoon to join us to talk about membership and how our friends organizations are moving membership forward. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Jillian for a moment, and she's going to do some introduction and then also show us a short video.
Great. Thank you so much, Marlena. I really appreciate you having us here today. I'll be here live, and as Marlena said, we're going to show a video featuring Beth Novolinsky, who's the Executive Director of United for Libraries. And she's going to walk you through the process of logging on and accessing those United for Libraries resources. So we're really excited to have South Carolina as a statewide group member. So thank you to Donna from the South Carolina State Library, and thanks for Marlena for always showcasing our resources, and we're really glad to see your faces. And we are located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's where I'm dialing in from today. Beth is right outside of Philadelphia. Even though ALA, American Library Association, is in Chicago, that's where we are. And I want to say before I show this video that I encourage any of you to email us at any time, united@ala.org. We know that you're volunteers, so we monitor emails as much as we can on the weekends and holidays, because that's a lot of times when I know you're able to get this work done and go watch these resources and access everything. So please don't hesitate to email us or call us if there are any issues. So I'm going to show this video now. I won't be able to respond to chat, but Marlena will be monitoring that where I show the video. And then I'm happy to answer any questions afterwards. And after it's done, I'll also talk a little bit about National Friends of Libraries Week coming up, a couple other things I want to let you know about. And then I will end so you can get onto your discussions about membership. Really great topic. Okay, I'm going to share this video for you now.
Good afternoon, South Carolina Friends of the Library Groups. My name is Beth Novolinsky, and I'm the Executive Director of United for Libraries. I'm so sorry I couldn't be here in person with you today live to share this information. However, Jillian Wentworth will answer questions and share some additional information with you after you watch this short recorded video on how to get access. So right now on your screen, you should see the United for Libraries homepage, which is just www.ala.org/united. From here, you will click on Statewide Access, find your state. Okay, and you'll just scroll down here to South Carolina. Now, if you have not already registered through our Teachable platform, then you'll click the register button. If you have registered and you've accessed anything we have through Teachable, then you can just click login. Or if you've forgotten your password to your Teachable access, then you can click forgot password. But let's go ahead and say you need to register. Now, I already have this screen up right here. So once you click that register button, it'll bring you right here to South Carolina statewide access. You'll just select your state from the drop down, go ahead and enter city, library, first name, last name, email. You'll select what your role is. You all are friends of the library groups, but let's say it was someone else, they might click something there, other, and you could enter what that is in there, but we just really are looking for that general audience type. And then you
Jillian,
click yes.
I'm hearing that we are not seeing the video.
Okay, let me try again here. Sorry about that.
You're fine. We were seeing your
Stopping.
screen.
Uh-huh.
We were seeing
Okay,
your
so you were
screen
seeing
and,
the,
yeah, and the little icon of the video.
okay. But it wasn't showing. Okay, let's try again. And I
Heard-
know you
I
do
heard
have a
audio.
backup.
Did everybody
Marlena.
hear audio?
Heard audio, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but not the video.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's try this again.
Good afternoon, South Carolina Friends of the Library Groups. My name is Beth Novlinsky, and I'm the
So it's audio?
Audio, and you're still not seeing the video.
We are not.
Okay.
That is okay because we have a backup, y'all. So I've got it on my computer as well. So let's try that.
Beth Novlinsky, and I'm the Executive Director of United for Libraries. I'm so sorry I couldn't be here in person with you today live to share this information. However, Jillian Wentworth will answer questions and share some additional information with you after you watch this short recorded video on how to get access. So right now on your screen, you should see the United for Libraries.
All right. Well, now we are having some major technical difficulties. All right. We're going to give it one more try, guys. All right, mine is not coming up with a share screen at all now, Jillian. Do you want to try to give it one more go on your end?
Yes, I will.
Oh, I actually do have it now, but I don't know. We had some success earlier, but I think this topic may very quickly lead into the next topic we plan for September 30th, which is virtual adventures in virtual programming, y'all. We
It
may
is
be
always
our
an
own test
adventure.
case.
Okay, I'm going to try one more time, and if you can't see, just let me know.
Okay.
Oh, I think I know why this is. So I'm screen sharing. Here we go to the video.
Good afternoon, South Carolina Friends of the Library Groups. My name is Beth Novlinsky, and
And are you seeing the video now?
So we are seeing a homepage of United for Libraries.
Okay, so you're seeing the video. Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you, Jillian.
Any tech problems, just jump on and let me know. And I will play this now.
I'm the Executive Director of United for Libraries. I'm so sorry I couldn't be here in person with you today live to share this information. However, Jillian Wentworth will answer questions and share some additional information with you after you watch this short recorded video on how to get access. So right now on your screen, you should see the United for Libraries homepage, which is just www.ala.org/united. From here, you will click on statewide access, find your state. Okay, and you'll just scroll down here to South Carolina. Now, if you have not already registered through our Teachable platform, then you'll click the register button. If you have registered and you've accessed anything we have through Teachable, then you can just click login. Or if you've forgotten your password to your Teachable access, then you can click forgot password. But let's go ahead and say you need to register. Now, I already have this screen up right here. So once you click that register button, it'll bring you right here to South Carolina statewide access. You'll just select your state from the drop down, go ahead and enter city, library, first name, last name, email. You'll select what your role is. You all are friends of the library groups, but let's say it was someone else, they might click something there, other, and you could enter what that is in there, but we just really are looking for that general audience type. And then you click, yes, I agree to be registered for this course. Now this link right here will show you, take you to the Teachable platform, which I'll show you in just a couple of minutes. But go ahead and click that I agree to be registered for this course and click submit. Now this has already been done here, so I'll just take you in and show you that you'll receive this email about welcome to the South Carolina statewide access. Okay, from here you'll need to click on the confirm email, and that will take you to Teachable where you will set your own password. So you will use your email address and create your own password for the Teachable platform that United for Libraries uses. If you already take courses from any other school or vendor whatsoever through Teachable, as there are many, many, many people out there who use it, then you can actually connect your United for Libraries account to your My Teachable account and be able to use that same login you use for any other courses or memberships or anything like that that are hosted through Teachable. If this is your first time using the platform, don't worry, it is super easy. So you'll just, again, click that confirm email button, you'll set your password on Teachable, and then you'll be ready to go. So once you've done that, here we are. So I'm logged in currently with our South Carolina test account that we use so that we can see everything you all see exactly as you see it. So this is logged in. You'll see that up in the upper left corner, we either have your state parent course, which is the South Carolina Statewide Access parent course, or we might put something that's really hot at the moment. For example, the virtual conference, which I know Jillian's going to talk to you a little bit about in a moment. But let's just click into that parent course real quick. You saw it had 61 courses there, right? So if I click on included courses, we'll see all of those same courses that we saw on that front page a moment ago. And we'll just go all the way down and see. Now these are growing and new ones are being added at a regular basis, as we continue to move information from the main website over here into Teachable, where everything will be accessible and easy to get to. So any place you see that there's a bundle in the lower left, that is essentially taking and putting all the courses that are within there in one easy access spot. So let's look at the virtual conference, for example. In here, we've got those 7 sessions and those 4 keynotes. You can see those 11 there. And if I happen to go back here to where all of your courses are, you'll scroll down, you will eventually see that the individual, they're on page 2 now, the individual courses are all included here. Okay, so that bundling just is a method for us to help organize them for you a little bit better. Anytime you see a % in the bottom right corner, so let's scroll down here, see a 0%, 100%, as we go down to some more of the webinars, you'll see here these complete, these percentage complete. That indicates that you can earn a certificate in that course. So as long as I'm talking about certificate, let's just click into this first one where I have, with this account, completed this course. So I have gone through each of these lectures. They're grayed out because they've been completed. I've actually watched the video that comes up right here. Let's catch up before autoplays, and you have to hear me speaking there as well. But once I've watched the video, I click here to mark this lecture complete. It'll gray out the lecture. It will change my percentage complete for the course. And once I've completed everything, then I click right down here on certificate. It's been issued, and you'll see you have your certificate, which you can actually download and save to your computer, and it will always sit also in this left-hand navigation. So again, you saw this is our test account here under the South Carolina State Library, but this would have your name here, and the date will be the date that the certificate is issued, or the course rather, that the course is completed 100% and the certificate's issued. Most of the courses have an automatic certificate issuance process. Short Takes is a little different because the videos can be watched in any order. But if we were to click into, say, the virtual conference, and let's take a peek at one of these, Ask, Listen, and Plan. Right here, the course order is what we call forced or enforced. So you actually have to start with the first lecture. Okay, this is just telling you about Teachable. We never know what course anyone's going to come into first, so we give a little bit of information. Okay, the description of the session and the speakers. You'll see the little lock is over here because I do need to go through in order. Okay, now I can click here and go ahead and get into the view and download the slides. I can both download them right here as this PDF, or I can use this viewer that's right here in the system. Okay, and then when I go click here to mark this lecture complete, it'll take me to the, oops, sorry, I need to actually click that, to the link shared during the live session, which I can download as a PDF, or they're all right here and I can go right to them, and you'll see here's the PDF. Okay, now once I've done those, we go right over into the webinar, and it will pop up here. All right, and I'll start auto playing, so I'm just going to pause that. Show you a couple of things here. So within your settings, you actually can change the speed, so you can make this go faster or slower, and you can change the video quality if you're streaming it on a data plan. If it's a lower video quality, it will take less data. You can full screen this out to be a full screen view. You also are able to change some of these settings right up here in this settings. This is all individual to you. Now this is a mobile responsive site, so as I make the window smaller, you see it resizes nicely. Okay, so watching it on your tablet or your phone, all of those things are excellent. The only thing you need to know is if you use the iOS app for Teachable, it does not capture that you watch the video, so a certificate is not issued that way. Now once this video is, let's just show you, let me play a few seconds here. All right, now let's say, oops, terrible place to have stopped that. See how I try to click this lecture complete and it says I have not done enough of it. And that is because this certificate is issued automatically through a process, behind the scenes process. All right. So go back out and show you guys a couple of other things. Lots of great information in that virtual conference for Friends groups. So we have a couple things here that will be launching soon, and they're noted. Launching soon, we've included our All Ages Welcome, Recruiting and Retaining Younger Generations for Library Boards, Friends groups, and Foundations. Our Action Planner Plus package is included for South Carolina State Library, all of the trustees, friends, and foundations in your state. This is a fantastic bonus that you all have access to, and normally is a product to be purchased. That'll be launching soon. Our knowledge base, which is a searchable base of all of the materials that we have, will be launching in here soon, as will additional access to the newsletter, tip sheets for friends groups, foundations, and library boards of trustees. So you'll see all of those launching soon. I'll just scroll a little bit further down here. This is an introductory webinar, this Friends and Trustees Under 40, that ties into that All Ages Welcome. this fundraising and building support for your library is a fantastic 3-part series. I highly recommend checking that out. And again, you're still seeing these bundles up towards the top. Library advocacy webinars. This on demand is pretty much everything that is e-learning related, and then you go into our monthly member forums. We'll be starting these up again here in October, and I know Jillian will mention that to you. We took a break a little bit from doing them as we focused in on the COVID-19 webinars, which many of you I know participated in from South Carolina. So I'll click into that bundle real quick. We had the Friends of the Library and the Future of Book Sales, engaging library supporters, advocacy for your library during a crisis, and how friends and foundations and friends can support their libraries. Those are all recorded. Again, you watch the recording, download the slides, etc. So as we didn't do monthly member forums as we did those webinars up there. So I won't go into any more detail, but again, you'll see as you continue to scroll down that the bundle sits towards the top, and all of the courses that are in the bundle, you either click right into the bundle itself and access included courses, or if you just continue to scroll down, you'll be able to get all of those courses in there. So again, when they have a percentage complete, that's something for which you can earn a certificate, and you'll note that on that first page, there are a few that you won't actually earn a certificate for, such as the tip sheets and whatnot that are really PDFs and resources that you download. You don't have to worry about really, these are just shortcuts to Short Takes and Trustee Academy. You're already registered in all of these COVID-19 webinars. You can click on My Courses at any time to get back to where you are. Don't worry about that little preview as it's because I'm using a South Carolina State Library, our login, as I said, for our test account, and it's also utilized by the state library to make updates to information here in the South Carolina statewide access. And your profile is up here, but there's very little information in there really to update. It is simply, you don't add a charge card. That's if you were using a My Teachable account. You'll see this is connected to a My Teachable account, but basically you don't need to worry about that at all. We don't currently have comments utilized in any of the courses, so you don't even have to worry about that. The main thing to keep checked is this: I agree to receive instructional and promotional emails from United for Libraries. If this is not checked, then you don't receive through Teachable any of the updates that we put to say comment on, or when we are announcing new courses or updates to courses, etc. So don't worry about the comments things at this time, because we don't actually have any commenting or conversational threads within these courses, but do check the I agree to receive if it's not already checked there, and that'll just go. So all in all, it's a pretty easy system to use. You will receive occasional emails, like for example, when you've been issued a certificate. You can see here, this is basically what this looks like. You've been issued a certificate for Short Takes for trustees, and the link will be in there. You do need to be logged in for that certificate link to take you right to the course and where the certificate is, but just remember you can always locate them right in here. So that's a quick overview for Teachable. We are here to help you at any point in time to get logged in. Again, you'll go to the United for Libraries website, click on that statewide access, find your state, scroll to South Carolina and click register, or simply here's the URL, which Jillian will share in the chat right there. Once you submit this, the whole process behind the scenes takes less than 5 minutes, but depending on your spam filter, it is possible that the welcome message could go into your spam filter. So be sure to check that. If you still don't see anything within 5 minutes, you can come right back here and click on this Forgot Password, and it will simply take you to the Teachable site where you enter your email address and click the button for Forgot Password. It will trigger a second email to you. If that does not work, reach out to us and we'll help you. But it's rare that people don't get the the email at least in their spam folder, or that they don't use this, you can't use this forgot password. So if it's midnight and you're trying to get in, you haven't gotten that email, come check this here and go in through this way. If you still need help, we'll catch you the next morning. But in general, 24/7, 365, you should be able to get in without the assistance of staff in any way. So there we go. And I'm going to sign off now and turn it over to Jillian, who will answer some questions and tell you a little bit more. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great. So thanks for your attention and bearing with us with the tech issues with that. That was our walkthrough of Teachable and accessing all the United for Libraries resources. And I'll make sure that we share that link just to the recording. I'll share it with Marlena so she can share it with all of you so you can kind of pull it out and watch it if you need to refer to it again. I know it might have been showing up a little blurry there in the first part. So does anyone have any questions about what's available there in Teachable, resources, or how to access anything? No? Okay, good. Have you all already been in Teachable? Not yet. I just wanted to, I'm excited for you all to go in there and to discover everything that's there for Friends, but I will highlight a couple things. One is our virtual event, which happened in August. Sometimes not a great time for people if you're on vacation or away, but that's why we made all the recordings available. So there's 4 keynote sessions and 7 programs that you can go back and watch at any time. And as Beth kind of showed, you'll be able to see both the recording and you'll get all the slides as well. So it's a great reference. The 4 keynotes, one was Jim Taylor of an organization called Board Source, who talked about how to integrate equity, diversity, and inclusion into your board. I highly recommend that. Jan Masaoka, who is president of California Association of Nonprofits, talked about how to work with your group and your library kind of in this uncertain time with what we're all dealing with. So I recommend that one as well. Beth Burns, who is president of the Friends of the St. Paul Public Library in St. Paul, did a session and conversation with ALA President Tracy Hall about what they're doing there in St. Paul as the Friends and kind of what the new initiatives and new roles that the Friends have taken on in light of everything happening in the country right now. So I recommend those. And then finally, Simon Sinek. If you're familiar with him, everybody I know who's very familiar with him is a big fan. If you haven't heard from him, I highly recommend you watch that video of him in conversation with past United for Libraries president Skip Dye. Really dynamic ideas to take into consideration as you talk about what your library does, talk about what your Friends group does, and that one's available on our Facebook page as well as in Teachable. So I recommend you check that out. And if you don't already like United for Libraries on Facebook, I recommend you do that. As part of the virtual event, we also did some book buzzes, which are really, really fun, which you can access there on our Facebook page as videos. I also wanted to mention that National Friends of Libraries Week is coming up October 18th to 24th. Have any of you promoted that in your libraries in the past? Yes, so Marlene is saying yes. I definitely encourage you to go on our website and our Facebook page. You can RSVP for it. Obviously, things are a little bit different this year, but I kind of think it's the perfect time to do some outreach in your community and let everybody know what your friends are doing. I know you're still doing programs. You're being very creative with book sales. I heard about the murder mystery event. So I know things are still going on, and National Friends of Libraries Week. It's a great chance to show the community what the Friends are doing for the library, and also for the library to thank the Friends for everything that they do. And some people use the opportunity for the Friends to recognize library staff and thank them. So it's kind of like a twofold celebration. I know library staff are going through a lot right now, so it can be a special time to recognize them and everything that they're doing. I also wanted to mention monthly member forums, with which Beth mentioned when she was talking. We're going to be bringing these back in October, and I will get Marlena that information so she can get it out to you. But we are thinking of an idea share. Obviously, things are different right now. What is everybody doing? How can people come up and share and connect about what they found is working in their community, in their friends group, and new things that they're doing? So I will get that once I have that date confirmed. I'll send that out. I'm really excited to just hear from friends groups all around the country about the things that they're doing. I also wanted to point out too that Beth mentioned this is the all ages welcome physical book that came out, and you'll have access to that in Teachable. So the subtitle there is Recruiting and Retaining Younger Generations for Library Boards, Friends Groups, and Foundations. That's something that we hear requests for information about a lot. So this is just a great resource. And coming soon is a really fully fleshed out learning plan and additional resources in addition to the PDF full book with activities. This was written by 4 librarians who were part of an emerging leaders group via ALA who researched this topic and really took it above and beyond, and they were actually recognized by Library Journal for being movers and shakers, which is a great honor in the librarian industry. And they are a great group, and I encourage you to check all of that out. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I want you to be able to network. If you have any questions, let me know. You can always email us at united@ala.org, and I'll hang out here in the chat as well and on the session to hear about all the great things that you're doing. So thank you so much.
Jillian, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I failed to mention earlier that Jillian Wentworth is the Manager of Marketing and Membership with United for Libraries. So a lot of the people that you have on the chat with you here today are actually current, members of Fossil, if not board members of Fossil. So Jillian, I'd like to ask, do you happen to know off the top of your head how many library friends groups in South Carolina are currently set up with Teachables or are currently utilizing this? Because I feel like it's going to be a large part of what we want to do is get the word out there to library friends across South Carolina. So so what are we up against? How many people are currently using it?
Absolutely. I will get Beth to pull those numbers and share with you. We really like this format. We switched to it a while ago because it's a lot easier and more user-friendly than the mechanism that we had through before. So I think you'll find it really, really simple to use. You can watch things on your phone, which is great. But we will look into that, Marlene. I'll pull those figures so we can do, and we can, Beth has talked about doing a little thing online that says, here's all the growing numbers, so you can kind of chart the percentage and progress of people that have logged on at your various libraries. So that would be a fun way to track it.
Well, Beth's video is very easy to follow, and I think that's going to be a good tool to help some of the library friends in South Carolina get on there. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
So, all right, so the topic of the conversation today was membership moving forward, and we were so happy to have United for Libraries to talk about the statewide membership that we can use to get some information, some of those virtual programming, as well as the actual pamphlets and things that we can use with our friends groups to help expand what we're doing. But we wanted to talk a little bit about, and I wanted to see what some of your local friends groups were doing about membership, your current membership. So a lot of times friends groups try to have some incentives with their membership. You get coupons with your book sale, you get discounts at local businesses, and of course that's been quite a problem with everything being closed. So I was just curious about, is anybody doing anything creative for membership in their community? I am going to go ahead and get started, but I would love to hear what you guys have to think as well. And if the conversation moves off of membership, that's certainly perfectly fine also. Even if it's not particular with your friends group, what your thoughts are about the value of a membership right now to a Friends of the Library group. So the Friends of the Lexington Main Library were cautious about doing a quote-unquote membership campaign during a time when people were having some economic troubles, when the library was closed. It was still providing some services, but the Friends themselves were not providing much value to their members at that time. We ended up revamping our membership form, and in conjunction with the staff at the library, we were able to, they graciously agreed to take one copy of the membership form and put it in each of the hold pickups. So for several months, the Lexington Main Library was, you could reserve books online or you could call and reserve books, and then you would get a phone call when those books were ready. The books were already packaged up, and you just went to the front door, showed your library card, and you got your books that were already checked out to you. And inside that bag was a membership form, and I'm going to go ahead and include it in the chat here. Due to that membership form, we got 45 new members in a 7-week period. So we also included an incentive. That incentive was that every new member got a $10 gift certificate or coupon to use when book sales return. And we were very clear on the language that we do not know when that's going to happen. And we would hope that it would be in 2020, but it very well could be 2021. The coupon does not expire. It can be used anytime, $10 toward book sale items. And then to thank the members that we currently had, they also all got that $10 coupon as well. So it ended up being a very successful membership campaign for us. We were very excited about it. I'm going to go ahead and share, I'm going to find that form real fast and share it into the chat. But does anyone else have anything they would like to share about the topic of membership and the value of membership during these trying times? And that is perfectly fine. I'm going to go ahead and find this real fast.
Marlena, I'll say that at the Irma Branch Library, we have not done anything new with membership in some time. As a matter of fact, we have been, in some sense, surprised at the renewals that we've been getting. Our renewals seem to be fairly steady. No new members being added particularly, but renewals seem to be steady. So we think that at least our current members understand the value of the Friends and the value of the library, and they're willing to, go ahead and renew their membership. Although, like you say, I mean, book sales, we don't know when, if or when ever again. Eventually, we hope, certainly this year or probably next year. We talked about trying to do an outdoor one, but we're not even sure that that's going to work at this point, given the situation. I like the idea of your membership form in the pickup bags at the branch. I think I may talk to Kim about doing that. That's a good idea to see if we could perhaps bring some new members into the Friends group. But we just kind of hoping that we could kind of hang on to what we got and go in that direction. But I'd be curious to know what other people's experience has been.
One thing I did want to add about now that you can actually come inside the Lexington Main Library and pick up your items, those items are not being pre-bagged anymore. So I will tell you, since that started, we have not seen any of those new memberships with that campaign, and we did extend it through September 30th. So putting it in the bag and having the patron take that home was key. But we are going to, since we did extend the campaign through September 30th, we are going to have them out at the counter. And hopefully, or possibly even put inside the one of the books. So, kind of tucked inside the cover of the book there. So, and again, we're just going to run it through the end of September. It's not really a fun campaign if you just do it constantly. So we are going to go ahead and cut it off on September 30th. Any other thoughts on membership and sustaining membership through some of these times with your friends group? And Paul, you're on mute. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and say this. I saw a very funny quote the other day that said the official quote of 2020 is "You're on mute." So I think if we want to do a fundraising activity, I think you should do a Library Friends shirt for your organization that says 2020, you're on mute. Paul, go ahead.
I was on another Zoom conference this morning for another organization, and membership was our major topic. And one of the things that was pointed out was that with new members, recruitment especially, the problem seems to be that we are able to recruit in our own age brackets, but once we get outside of our age brackets, we're not very effective. That that in my age, I wouldn't be effective with a 20 or 30 or 40-year-old, but more so with somebody closer to my generation. And so in order to get younger people especially, we've got to have a catalyst. We've got to have somebody who is young, very young, that sort of gives us the nucleus to start developing membership with younger members. I guess that applies to us as well as it does to Lions clubs and Rotary, Sarah.
Well, I think that applies across the board to organizations these days. And I was, a number of years ago, spent the last part of my working career, regular working career at the Greater Columbia Chamber of Commerce. And we struggle with membership as well. And what we found, and what the research says, at least the things I've read, says that what we refer to as the millennials, those younger folk, they're not joiners. They don't want to join an organization like the Friends where we have a monthly board meeting and, and all that, committee meetings, all that kind of stuff. But what they will do, and what we're trying to do, is turn it to recruiting them to join for specific purposes. Become a member of the Friends and just work the book sale. Become a member of the Friends and just be part of our virtual murder mystery dinner theater event. They will come and they will do one thing and usually do it well, but they're not going to come to monthly meetings. And so we're one of the things we're looking at in our group with our strategic plan, although we kind of put things on the shelf since last March, is how do we revamp how we're organized and how we work to get those younger individuals, those 20 and 30 somethings who still understand the value of the library, but they just do not want to be part of a membership organization like the Friends of the Library, or like the Lions, or like the Kiwanis, or like any of the organizations. That everybody's struggling with that. So, yeah.
And one of the other points that was made this morning was that the things that are standard for my generation are not standard for the younger generations. If we really want to communicate with them, we've got to be on Twitter, we've got to be on Instagram, we've got to be on all of those programs that I'm just too old to mess with. I hate to say that, but I learned yesterday that my new hearing aids actually serve as speakers on my phone. And so the first time my phone rang, I about jumped out of the car because it came in the middle of my head. Some of this technology is just more than I can handle.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you who are not aware, Paul is on the FOSSIL board, the Friends of South Carolina Libraries, and he's not allowed to miss a meeting because if he misses any meetings, we put him in charge of something immediately. So Paul, perhaps you're now in charge of learning the social media, no?
No, I'm here for that very reason, not to, who's not here today that we can give this to?
We're going to put them in charge.
Right.
But I think that's a really good point. You do need to connect with the younger generation, although, Jillian, I'm not going to give away too much of the information on that program, the Attracting Younger Generations program that's available on the United for Libraries website. It's a phenomenal program. I was blessed to see it live at the 2019 American Library Association annual conference. It was a phenomenally run program. And one of the things that really resonated is, again, these are younger librarians who were talking about how to attract us to your organization. And Paul, you were right. They want to have the technology where they can pay their membership online. One of the librarians mentioned that she had opened a checking account 10 years prior and was still on the first book of checks. That's not going to happen if you can't pay your membership digitally. She goes, I'm not going to do it. Another thing she mentioned was, how comfortable is your token young person going to feel if they're the only one? So it's wonderful to invite some younger generations onto your board, some younger members, whether or not you have to hit up some friends and family, however you have to do it, but don't expect that person to completely do the revamping for you. If it's a table of 12 people and you have one person in their 30s and everyone else not, that person may not be as comfortable yet to speak up. So you've got to cultivate, some of your younger members and allow them some input, allow them some time to get comfortable with your organization. It's not going to happen overnight. And the last thing that I took away from that was, don't get someone younger on your board to assume that they are just going to take over your social media. They are very good at doing their own and they're very comfortable with it, but that doesn't mean they want to necessarily do yours. So almost make it a partnership as opposed to a, can you help us out with this type of thing?
And Madam President, in looking back at the records, I thought you were our token young person on the fossil board.
Well, then you are in trouble. You're all in trouble. Seriously. Well, I am still going to plug the Friends of South Carolina Library quarterly meeting on Friday, October 9th at 11:30. We are going to host that meeting virtually. I think going forward, we will be hosting a lot of our board meetings virtually because it is so very convenient for our board members because we are across all of South Carolina. So this makes it a lot easier for us to join these meetings and not have to do so much traveling. Most of the people that are on this call are board members of the Friends of South Carolina Library. So y'all better be at the meeting on the 9th, but I'm just saying. If anyone is interested in joining that meeting and learning a little bit more about us, we would certainly be happy to have you. So did anyone else have any other comments or questions or suggestions about membership?
I want to thank Jillian. After seeing the demonstration, I haven't been on the United for Libraries trainable at all, and I do plan to now check it out and look at some of them because it looked very informative and like it could generate some good discussions at our board meetings, our fossil board meetings, and maybe we can work to get other libraries and Friends members to actively participate on the site. So thank you, Jillian, for that.
Thank you, Libby. Yeah, I'm excited for you all to go and check it out. And it's a great thing too that you can individually watch these things on your own, like you were saying, Libby, and then come together and discuss them. And Marlena mentioned that she saw the All Ages Welcome team speak live at an ALA session. They'll also be recording a webinar as part of that learning package. So not the same as live, but they're really engaging and they'll definitely be able to expand on some of the topics that you all mentioned here.
One of the things that struck me the most was the information that's on there for trustees. And I'm curious, Donna, whether you all promote that through the state library when you're working with trustees, because I'm going to be sure to point that out to our library director. The thought that you can go on there and a trustee could actually get a certificate is, that's a great thing, to be able to incorporate in your board training.
Yes, I do. I do talk about it in my board training. I talk about UFL.
Good.
And I also have a LibGuide on the state library, which does have that information also. So yeah,
good.
Always promoting United for Libraries, great resource. Actually, I have a meeting with Beth tomorrow to go over data access. And then after that, we're going to be working with Curtis in his communication department to promote the website, to promote UFL. It's the way that our administration wants to advance that process.
Kitty, did you use the it's the trustees takeaways, right? Did you participate in that on the library board?
No, we actually did to a point watch some videos, but we didn't go in to do a certification. Kelly's actually on the Zoom with us. She might want to speak to that for Lexington County. Kelly, would you speak to that?
Hey y'all, yeah, I'm still hanging out here, ready to jump on a manager meeting in a minute, But what we did, I think there's been a lot of updates on the United for Libraries site. We did the short takes videos, and we planned to do those one segment at a time. So I think at that point there were 10 of them. And we watched one after every single board meeting throughout the year. We have 11 of 12 monthly meetings, so we skipped December. And that was open to all the board, but especially those who had just been appointed. So Kitty, you probably had some little phase of that.
Right.
And I apologize. This, as you all know, there's a lot of in and out of offices and things. So I wasn't able to focus on the whole session today, but y'all did a great job. And we're big advocates of using the United for Libraries. And it looks like they had really added a lot more to it.
Thank you, Kelly, for contributing for us with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I noted it. We have an APLA meeting, the Association for the Public Library Directors, on Friday. And I made a note, and if Donna can attend as well, we'll give it another shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good to
Thank
see y'all.
It's good to see you too. Thank you so much. Yes, the United for Libraries website has been very much revamped. It looks very good, Jillian. So hats off to you guys for putting that together.
Great, thank you. And we'd love to hear your feedback too. If you get on there, if there's something that you'd like to see, please let us know. For the short takes for trustees, a lot of trustee boards do use them that way, and they love it. Just watching one every month, it takes less than 10 minutes, and then being able to have that discussion about what you saw in that topic. So yeah, and we love hearing from you, so thank you.
It's a great opportunity now, especially with some of our boards having some downtime. It would be an opportunity to kind of get caught up on board training a little bit. Some of the things that you assume most board members would know, but maybe not necessarily. And if you are looking to attract new members and board members, I think one of the best things that you can do is provide them with as much information as you can so they don't feel overwhelmed and they don't show up to 2 meetings and decide, no, this isn't for me.
Marlena, I was, as Jillian was talking earlier and going through the video, I thought, I think I will really take some serious time and preview the sessions to go through and then do some short clips at our individual board meeting to maybe just support what everybody is feeling so left out right now in participation and not being able to connect face to face. So hopefully that'll give us an opportunity to build momentum back. Just think it's a great thing. Thank you, Jillian.
Oh, wonderful. Well, the last thing I'd like to plug, and we do still have some time, but if anybody has anything they'd like to share, please do. But the Friends of South Carolina Libraries has an annual meeting, and it's usually in the spring, early, part of the year. This year we had scheduled it for April 3rd, and with the help of Kitty, we revamped the schedule and turned it into a Friends conference, a Friends of South Carolina Libraries conference. And then we promptly had to cancel it. So there's that. But after some hard work and some more revamping, we have officially announced that we are rescheduling the annual conference as a one-day event for Friday, November 6th. Events will run from approximately 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I know that sounds like a very long day, but there are multiple breaks included, and not every program must be attended. Some of those are very social author panel types of events as well. The cost is going to be $10. That cost will get you access to all the virtual programming. It will also get you a mailer, so you'll receive in the mail a conference packet. It will include a tote bag, some fantastic swag, compliments of the State Library. We thank the State Library for giving us all that great swag, so we'll include that in there. Some brochures and promotional materials, also handouts associated with the programs that you will see at the conference. So again, $10 gets you the access, and it gets you one mailer. We would encourage friends groups to only purchase, if they choose to, one access code and have multiple friends together and view together. So it doesn't have to be $10 per person. We do have a handful of people that purchased registered for the April event and did not request a refund. So we do have some people that will technically get that for free. So Kitty, did you have anything that you wanted to add about the virtual event? Okay. Well, more information on that to follow.
Right.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I really do appreciate you taking the time. I hope some of this information has been valuable and it can be used with your friends groups and with your boards. Jillian, thank you so much for sharing that information. This, again, has been recorded and it will go up on the Friends of South Carolina Libraries YouTube page, as well as Facebook and website. So friends groups can access this and see Beth's fantastic, walkthrough of how to get through the United for Libraries registration. So thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye, friends.
Bye.